Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you went in there in the first place? Or have you ever sat down and then stared at your computer screen and then thought, what was it that I was going to work on? It's easy when we have these moments, we kind of just chalk them up to stress or getting older. But what if the problem is something even simpler? Today, I want to talk with you about what I believe is probably the easiest way to boost your mental clarity, to boost your focus. I'm going to share that with you. And the study that I want to share with you as well backs that up. Speaking of focus, I wanted to tell you about something that has become part of my life, and that is this little product right here, Magic Mind. It's a mental performance shot. It is full of ingredients that are good for you and good for your brain. It boosts focus, clarity, motivation, productivity, and reduces stress. I tried it because I was invited to do a 7 day challenge to try it and see what happens. And honestly, the results were pretty cool. I found that it did exactly what it said. And you may know from listening that I'm somebody who has a stress monitor that I wear on my wrist. And I was even able to see results after a few days on my stress tracker right on the graph. I am not even kidding. And it was a drastic improvement from the days that I had prior. As much as I thought about it, the only connection was this thing right here. Now, why did it work? Well, it's been developed by a team of doctors and researchers over 10 years with over 200 scientific studies that back up every single ingredient as being effective. On top of that, Magic Mind has gone through over 100 formulations to come up with the perfect product. It's third party tested and it is sourced from trustworthy suppliers. Give it a try. I'm going to recommend that you do so. And I'm grateful to Magic Mind because they are giving you, as a listener of the Begin Within Health show, a great deal. 48% off of your first subscription or 20% off of a one time purchase if you use my code BEGIN20, begin20 when you check out at magicmind.com. So you can go over to magicmind.com/begin20 and get access. Use that code BEGIN20 to get that deal. There's a link in the show notes as well for you. Now, let's dive into that topic that I mentioned earlier. Easy. And I know I just mentioned a really easy way, right, to boost your mental performance. But I'm going to share with you something that I think is even easier. And I use Magic Mind, which I just told you about, but I've been using this other way to boost mental clarity for a long, long time now. And you have too. But if you're not using it the right way, you might not be getting the results that are possible for you. What is it? It's drinking enough water. Are you drinking enough water? Most people don't realize how powerful proper hydration is for the function of their brain. And this is especially true as we get older. We hit our 40s and beyond. And there's a study that I'm going to tell you about that found that even mild dehydration can noticeably reduce attention and focus in middle-aged and older adults. It's really pretty interesting. So let me break it down for you and explain a little bit about how this study was set up, which I always find super interesting. This was published in the American Journal of Human Biology back in 2023, and the goal was to explore how hydration affects attention. Hydration affects attention. Of course, our brain, we're going to give that the credit for being responsible for our attention. So, how does hydration affect attention in middle-aged and older adults? The study included 57 healthy adults. Their ages were 47 to 70, right? Middle aged to older adults. And it was a mix of men and women. These individuals didn't have any major health issues. They were non smokers. They were healthy as far as, body mass index, that type of thing. So, what participants were asked to do was, first of all, to have a blood sample taken. The researchers used that sample to assess hydration by measuring how concentrated the blood is. Okay. So then, after they had taken that sample, they had participants complete a sustained attention task. It lasted 14 minutes and was designed to measure how well someone can focus on repetitive information over time. The goal was to try to replicate the type of mental attention that we use, that you and I use at work, in conversations, even just running errands day to day, right? Just repetitive information over time. Here's what was interesting about this study. Now, you'd think, right, if we are measuring hydration, that the research is going to have a very controlled amount of water that they're having people drink, right? So what was interesting about this one was that participants, they just walked in, they were just allowed to drink water whenever and however much they wanted. There were no restriction on the assigned amount. So do what you feel like, right? We're going to know how much you've had based on that sample that we took. Then they divided the participants, right? They took the sample, they had them take the test, and they said, okay, who was hydrated and who was mildly dehydrated? So they weren't imposing dehydration on anyone, but just let people do what they wanted and then check, okay, who's more hydrated, who's a little bit dehydrated. The goal is this is a real life setting, right? People hydrate based on their own habits, whether they're told exactly how much to drink or they have a goal or they just drink whenever they're thirsty. Researchers wanted to see how natural hydration behaviors were linked to attention. Now you can guess where this is headed, right? You could already guess. Like, Nate, I know where this is going, right? So here's what the researchers found. Hydrated participants performed significantly better. They maintained their attention, they made fewer mistakes, they showed stronger cognitive control throughout that 14-minute test. Here's what's interesting. Even mild dehydration hurt mental performance. They didn't have to be severely dehydrated, right? These aren't people coming in from a heavy workout without getting a chance to drink or coming in from outside on a super, super hot day before. Oh, let's have you take the test before you drink water, right? They're just mildly dehydrated. They may not have even known that they were dehydrated or thirsty. Just a small drop in hydration status was enough to reduce attention. So, what are the key insights here? Of course, the effects of hydration on our ability to focus. And middle aged and older adults likely are more sensitive to dehydration's cognitive effects than younger people. The researchers stated that as well, that had already been previously established. So as we get older, hydration becomes even more important for us to be able to focus. So, what can we do about it? Hydrate, right? Drink water, please, right? If it can help boost our mental performance. If we're not in the habit of paying attention to it, I would recommend this as a daily action, a daily habit to move forward from here with. Focus on how much you're drinking. Start your morning with water. So huge. I don't know about you, but if I wake up and I drink water, like I just focus on it for the first 5 minutes while I'm waiting for coffee or before I drink the coffee, I'm just like, gulping some water. Those days, I feel better. I feel sharper. Just give it a try. See how it feels for you. This is a great habit. This is something that we work with our clients on is just drinking water first thing and do it for your health. Don't worry about how thirsty you are. Do it for your health. Do it for your brain health. First thing in the morning, water. Water first. Water first. Water first. Here's something you can do. Also, if you feel a slump, right? Maybe in the afternoon, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, you start to feel that slump. Maybe check on when was the last time you had some water, rather than, oh, I need to have coffee, or oh boy, I must be hungry. Just think, hey, could this be dehydration? Maybe I'm mildly dehydrated. Let me just get some water and see how I feel after a few minutes. The cool thing about drinking water, and this is what I would say. This is why I say it's the easiest, because it's very readily abundant, right? Water is all around us, and all we have to do is drink it. And within a few minutes, you can feel better. Of course, there are many other strategies to make sure that you are staying hydrated, and I've worked with those strategies for many of you who are working with me, you who are clients. We talk a ton about hydration because it's so important. It has so many benefits. One of which, like we just discussed, is focus. Hey, before I let you go, don't forget about that cool offer from Magic Mind. Speaking of focus, give it a try. They are offering you 48% off your first subscription or 20% off a one-time purchase. The link is in the show notes. Use the code BEGIN20. And don't forget to stay hydrated. Please, the next time you find yourself zoning out, you're forgetting little things. Why did I walk in this room? Why did I sit down at the computer? What was I just thinking about? Before you blame age or stress, maybe just hydration. Maybe try that. Check in on that. Get yourself some water and see how you feel. Because staying sharp, it doesn't always require like anything miraculous. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of water. Focus on hydration. Thanks for being here with me. I love being able to support you. Thank you for keeping this show in the top 5% of all the podcasts on planet Earth. I love it. I love being able to share this information with you, and I'm going to continue to do so. And I'll talk with you on Thursday. And until I get to talk with you again, please keep taking good care of yourself.